As you guys know, we're in the process of building out all the necessary tools and videos and slide decks that are required for the people that are incentive plan type people that like to deep dive. And this is, I think, our third breakdown of the incentive plan. This is the fastest one I'm going to give. We're just going to fly through this one and kind of go much more high level on this as opposed to, more down in the weeds. And, start where I always start when it comes to incentive plans, which is understanding that behaviors and marketing messages are what drive percentages. Percentages are not just going to make people money. It's what behaviors are driven by the incentive plan. What marketing messages do we have in place that will attract people or get people to share? So it's always the first thing I start with incentive plans. Most people don't fully understand them. It's completely okay. But percentages don't matter. Marketing messages and behaviors do. Because if there's an incentive plan that pays 90%, but only 10 people join, and there's an incentive plan that pays only 10% and 100,000 people join, which one will you make more money with? You got to figure out how to build a plan that has behaviors that can create the 100,000 people and marketing messages that can create the 100,000 people. But don't worry, we're very aggressive in our percentages as well. All right, let's start with how everybody begins, which is with a license, right? We're a software as a service. So we have a one-time license and then a monthly subscription to stay, active inside of the software. And right now they're broken up by dates while we ramp up into 3.0 releases. But they range anywhere from, let's say, $1 for a Rewards Plus customer to $1 for an affiliate, $10 a month, $99 for an affiliate manager, and $20 a month. A vendor is $1 during a limited time offer plus $99 a month, no subscription until month 4. And the primary licenses for people that are maximizing the incentive plan are Influencer and Influencer Pro. So what is the difference of all of these? Well, obviously a merchant is a store. A Rewards Plus is a customer who's receiving customer rebates. An affiliate only gets customers and makes direct bonuses. An affiliate manager only gets customers and makes direct bonuses and has one level of affiliates that they get overrides on. And an influencer can build a team all over the world, can get customers and get affiliates, affiliate managers, and can build a team globally and maximize almost all the incentive plan. And then an Influencer Pro is somebody who can do everything an influencer does, but they can also go get vendors. So they're able to make money every month off the sales of their vendors, whether their team makes them or not. So you're going to want to make sure that you guys are maximizing the incentive plan based on the license that you choose. All right, let's talk first about your affiliates or anybody that goes and gets a customer, but affiliates will live inside of this part. And this is called the direct bonus. The direct bonus is very straightforward. You look at the rewards section of the products. It tells you what the number is, and that's your number. So let's say a person who's good at social media influencing live commerce, social commerce, they go out there and sell 10 of the hair regrowth kits. They made $610. Or if they sell 50 of them, they made $3,000. Or if they sold 100 of them, they made $6,000. Now, for some of you, you might think it's outrageous for someone to sell 100 of something. And it is absolutely commonplace today that people who are good with social media influencing will sell 10, 50, or 100 items to their followers. So there's no limit to how much somebody can earn with direct bonuses, and they're available on every product. So you grab the coffee here, sell 10, sell 50, sell 100. You get the idea, 100 to $1,000. You sell the fierce immunity, sell 10, sell 50, sell 100, 200 to $2,000. The hair regimen here and face cleansing and beard, sell 10, sell 50, sell 100. So as a person is logging into the marketplace when it goes live on October 15th, they're just going through products, categories, stores they like, and they're looking for offers that they want to push out to their network. And guys, there will absolutely positively be people that make a 6-figure a year income only off direct bonuses. So there'll be people that make $100 a month with direct bonuses, $100 a week, $100 a day, and some people that are so good at social media influencing. There's some people that make $100 an hour just moving products through live commerce and social commerce into their networks. All right, let's keep going. Store developers. This is going to be a very rare person. A store developer is somebody who says, I want to focus on B2B, and I want to go get 100 stores, or I want to get 20 really good, amazing stores that everybody already uses in their everyday life, and you know that they're going to turn a lot of sales, with the company. Most people are going to refer 1 or 2 or 3 stores, and they're going to make, a little bit of extra residual income for that. A small handful of people are going to be very aggressive as store developers out there moving those companies from Shopify into the Shopee marketplace. So let's say, for example, this particular person got 20, I'm going to say good stores. Maybe they put 100 on, but 80 of them aren't doing anything. But they got 20 good vendors who each month are paying out $12,500 in commission to our affiliates and to our promoters. Well, that would generate $250,000 in CV that month. A store developer takes 3% of it. There's $7,500 a month. There's 90 grand a year if you played that out. This is how a store developer can make a 6-figure year income. I want to say again, I think a lot of people have the lottery mentality on this one, where like, I'm just going to get one store, sit back and get rich. And it doesn't work like that. That's not how it's going to happen. Let's jump over here to team builders. Influencer Pro licenses. You want to build a team. You want to get affiliates and affiliate managers and other promoters all over the world. And what's going to happen is you're going to move through statuses. Those statuses are triggered by your overall volume. Okay, so you see here, the overall volume is 100 all the way up to 2 million. And you get to take that volume off all of the purchases and licenses and subscriptions that are happening through your chain of referral. As you start at Team Influencer 1, you'll see that you're required to have 1 personal customer all the way to Global Influencer 3, where you're going to have 20 personal customers. Don't forget that rewards plus customers count towards those. You're also required to have volume yourself that aligns with those minimum customers. So 100 PQV is all of your customers' purchases plus all of your own purchases. And then as you go from qualified all the way to global influencer, you'll see that there's a max amount of volume you can take from any one team. So for example, you want to be a Mac 3, you need 100,000 in volume, but you cannot take more than 60% from any one team. So if this was your team, 1, 2, 3, let's say you have 10, but I'll focus on 3, and this person's doing 100K, you cannot count all 100K towards yours for qualification purposes, because it's just not fair, right? They built all of that. So you could count 60, which is 60% right there, and you'd have to do another 40 over here with your other teams. And that's what that's what this percentages mean at the bottom. Okay, you'll learn over time that each of these statuses has an average income associated to it, whether it be, 1,000 to 2,000 over here, or whether it's, 5 to 10,000 over here per month, or whether it's, 30 to 50,000 per month over here at D3. So as we grow and as sales stabilize, average incomes are going to pop up. And we're going to be able to, get with all of you guys and say, hey, if you're an average Mic 3, you're making $1,500 a month on average, or whatever that might be. Okay, let's talk about license bonuses. Overall, there's 3 primary buckets that will drive your income. And this is not counting direct bonuses. So we're past direct bonuses, right? Obviously, that's a huge driver. But you've got license revenue, you've got product revenue, and you've got subscription revenue. So license, product, subscription. And obviously the direct bonuses are tied to product. So let's take a look here at a license bonus. I'm going to say, for example, that you referred 3 influencer pros. Here's what would happen. You'd get a $100 license bonus for each of those enrollments. But there's also $300 in product that an influencer pro redeems their voucher for. And you're going to receive a promoter pack bonus of 70 times 3 for each one of those. So if you want to make, $500 this week, you refer 3 influencer pros and you just made $510. However, every time one of those licenses is sold for influencer pro, I'll spend the time focused on those, or in this example, even influencer pro, $100 goes to the person who made the sale. But on an influencer pro license, there's another $150 that gets paid out to the team builders. And 10% of it will go to the first upline T2. 10% of 150 is what? $15. Another $15 is going here. Another $15 is going here. Another $15 is going here. And that's going to happen all the way up to G3. So if you were a Mic 2 and you referred a new influencer pro, you make $100. But when they referred their next influencer pro, you'd make 15, 30, 45, 60. You'd make a $60 override on that influencer pro license. So each of these percentages is a percentage of that $150 that goes to the upline team builders. So this can create significant, weekly income for you if you've got a good team building of influencer and influencer pros. Okay, I want to talk really quick about our 30-day multiplier. When you go out in your first 30 days and you enroll either 3 influencers or 3 influencer pros, just like the example I gave a second ago, awesome. As an influencer with 3 influencers, you'd make $330. As a pro with 3 pros, you'd make $510. However, if you do this in your first 30 days, we have a promo called, again, the 30-day multiplier, where you either go pro or you go max pro. So this is max pro right here. And this is go pro right here. Well, what does that individual receive? Or what would you receive? Obviously, you're going to make your license bonuses, your promoter pack bonuses, but you're also going to receive 2x marketplace commissions or 1.5, depending how you start. But I'm going to point at Influencer Pro. You're going to make 2x your marketplace commissions for your next 12 weeks after your first 30 days. So let's put that into context. Here are your marketplace commissions. So your first wave of people, all the people that you refer, you're getting 10% override on their CV. If they refer someone, that's your second wave, 4%. If they refer someone, that's your third wave, all the way up to 7 waves, where you can get 4% up until your 5th wave, and then 3% on wave 6 and 7 as you go higher in the incentive plan. Also, there's marketplace differentials, which I kind of refer to as, an infinity override. So if you're a T3, wave 1, 10%, 4%, 4%, 4%. But you see this 1% here? You're going to take 1% until you break your next T3 underneath you. And as a mic 1, it's 2%. As a mic 2, it's 3%. As a mic 3, it's 4%. So right here's a mic 3, you're picking up anywhere from 1 to 4% on wave 6 down through infinity until you break another T3 or mic 3 underneath you. Now let's tie these two ideas together. Again, these guys, this is product, right? We talked about license. This is all the product that people are selling, referring, buying. Remember a second ago when I said if you go max pro in your first 30 days, that you get 2x your marketplace commissions for the 12 weeks following your first 30 days. That's these percentages right here. So that could look something like this, hypothetically. So a multiplier of what? Of your marketplace commissions. That's generated through customer purchases and promoter purchases. So let's say, for example, you had a very modest first week of marketplace commissions after your first 30 days, it was $25. And then it jumped to 30, down to 15, back up to 60, 40, 80, 100, 50, 150. Oh, now it's starting to grow. 100, 250, 200. You made on the way $1,100 of just marketplace commissions over those 12 weeks. Don't forget, you also have your direct bonuses. You also have your license bonuses. Those were paying weekly, but you also made these marketplace commission overrides. If you go max pro in your first 30 days, after week 12, the following week, we're going to total up all of these checks and give you a one-time fat bonus of $550 if you were Go Pro, or another $1,100 if you go Max Pro. Guys, this is the driver of the entire business model right here if you're a team builder. If you're a team builder, get them in, get their 3 as fast as you can. Get them in, get their 3 as fast as you can. Get them in, get their 3 as fast as you can. And then it fills up with customer volume, rewards plus volume, promoter purchases. And that turns into your marketplace commissions. So you can start to see how you get started. You make your first $500 back. You make your next 500 in your direct bonuses and license bonuses, etc. Now you're starting to see small little weekly checks roll in of your marketplace commissions. Then they're starting to build, and then boom, it gets doubled. What would that look like, guys, if this was 4,100 and that one-time check was another 4,100? This is the absolute driver of the entire incentive plan. Remember I said that percentages don't matter, behaviors do? This is the number one behavior as a team builder. Get in, Influencer Pro, qualify for Max Pro. Influencer Pro license, qualify Max Pro. Get your 3, get your 3, get your 3, get your 3. Get your customers, get your customers, get your customers, get your customers. This is an example as if you absolutely went crazy with it. What happened if you, instead of $25, it was $250 because you started building a big team in your first 30 days? What happens if you add a 0 to all of that? Anybody up for an $11,000 one-time bonus? There will be people that in January, after we go live, are going to have a $10,000 2x multiplier check or greater because they're going to work right now. Okay, let's talk about leadership incentives. The leadership incentives start at the status of Mac 1. So these are not for everybody. These are for the people that go out there, hit Mac 1 and above. Right here. Okay, the first one. This is where you begin to earn off subscription revenue. So license revenue starts here. Subscription revenue starts here. Marketplace commissions start here, right? So here's your marketplace commissions. Here's your license differentials. Here's your subscription differentials. Why? Because subscriptions are tied to retention. And our leaders are the people who are creating the community, creating the trainings, creating the events, creating the culture, creating the WhatsApp threads and the Telegram threads and everything that is required to retain all of our members, which is why we take 50% of our subscription revenue of every subscription every month, 50%, and it's paid out right here. So if there was a vendor at $100 a month, we would pay out $50 a month on that vendor, 13% to the first Mac 1, 12% to the first Mac 2, 11% to the first Mac 3, right? So that's like $6 here and $5.50 here and $5 here. Imagine that though, across hundreds, thousands, or as globals, tens of thousands of subscriptions. Now you're picking up a couple dollars, $3, $2, $10, $12, $18 a month, residual income for building and maintaining the community that we need to be a successful ecosystem. Okay, now, I talked about license differentials earlier. I just talked about subscription differentials. There's also a check match on license and subscription checks in your team once you get to Mac 1. Translation: If you're a Mac 1 and you've got 30 people here in your team, you have more than that. You have 100 people here in your team. And those 100 in this month received some sort of license differential check or subscription differential check. You will match whatever check they got with a 5% check match, all 100 of them, as a Mac 1. As a Mac 2, it goes up to 10%. As a Mac 3, it goes up to 14% and beyond. You see, I just kind of earmarked a Mac 3 estimating maybe $1,000 a month in that check match. It's impossible to give any example here because you got so many different people in your team. All of them has a different check, so it's impossible to give you guys like a really specific hypo on that. But the idea is, if you got 100 people in your team that made a check for license differentials or subscription differentials, you're going to match that check with anywhere from 5% all the way on up. Okay, there's one more check match for leadership incentives. Again, it starts at Mac 1. I hope you guys take from this conversation, get to Mac 1 as fast as you can. How this will work is all of the stores acquired by anyone in your team, not just the ones you get, but all the stores acquired by your team, you're getting a check match of 35% all the way up to 45%. And on wave 2, meaning when you get people to the same status as you, 17% up to 25%. So let me give you a hypothetical here. That means you're getting a 17 to 45% check match. I'm going to use the middle, 30%. Let's say your team, not you, your whole team had 100 vendors doing $5,000 a month in commissionable volume. Your team is making $15,000 a month, 500 to her, 200 to him, 800 to him, 1,000 to her, $50 here, $20 there. But you're check matching all of their checks. And in this scenario, you picked up 4,500 that month. This, guys, mark my words, this will be the sleeper. The sleeper of the incentive plan is right here. This is the one people aren't going to really think about. And all of a sudden, boom, they're like, holy cow, look at my store development check match. Okay, now I'm going to give you guys actual hypotheticals as a Mac 3, and we're going to wrap up. We're going to say as a Mac 3, which you have 100,000 in volume, you have a big team, you brought in 75 new influencer pros. I'm going to say that you have 10 frontline teams. Here's you, and you've enrolled 10 personals, 1 to 10. And we're going to say 2 of them are Mac 1s, 2 of them are Mic 3s, 2 of them are Mic 1s, so on and so forth. In that scenario, you're making license differentials. You can go back and read the percentages and see what we talked about earlier with the percentages, the differentials, but here's how that turns it into dollars. Now, that 30 is 450. That 20 is 480. 20 people, influencer pros. That 5 influencer pros here is 390. Well, how the heck is 5 as much as 30 over here? Well, because you're making a much greater percentage override on your 2 T2s than you are on your 2 Mac 1s. So you made 2,400 that month on license differentials. Your subscription differentials, we're going to save you 1,000 total members. Those 1,000 members are paying anywhere from $7 to $100 a month subscription fee to the software. We're giving 50% of that 7 to 100 in our subscription differential incentive model. In this case, it turned out to you for $3,166 because you had anywhere from 40 members under your two T2s all the way to 500 members underneath your two Mac 1s. What about my marketplace commissions? Great questions. Well, we're going to say you made 1,600 in your first 6 waves and 1,400 in your marketplace differentials, the ones I kind of called your infinity, your little infinity overrides. So you made 3,000 in your marketplace commissions. Let's add it all up. As a Mac 3, your license differentials were 2,400, subscription differentials, marketplace commissions, total 8,566. We're then going to say you had $1,000 check match on license and subscriptions, and then we're going to say you had a 500, not 4,500, but just $500 a check match on your store development, and you got $200 in direct bonuses because you're out there making some sales. That's how you get to 6 figures. That's how you make 100+ grand a year. A Mac 3 should earn a 6-figure income, but it's spread out across all these different income streams. So I heard Stacy share this earlier. We now have the 2-page summary of everything I just showed in all these slides up in 2 pages. Furthermore, we're going to have more slides, more short form videos, and more training released on the incentive plan. My goal today was to take 30 quick minutes and kind of break up the categories and run through and then give you guys one hypothetical example. But I want to kind of just recap a couple ideas here. People will make 6 figures a year just off direct bonuses. All they're going to do is get customers. And people also will make $100 a month just off direct bonuses. People will make $20 a month getting stores online. Some people will make 6 figures getting stores online. Very few, but some will. And lastly, you got your team builders. And with team builders, you're pulling money from licenses, product sales, and subscriptions. And that's how I broke down the different statuses and the different ways that they flow. But it's in those 3 categories. So as licenses are coming on board, there's overrides. When subscriptions are running, they're getting paid to the leadership. When product is being sold, direct bonuses are being paid, and overrides in the CV are getting paid to the upline team builders. What you want to do is you want to focus on the behaviors most important to drive your income. Here's what I think they are. Max Pro, Max Pro, Max Pro, Max Pro, Max Pro, Max Pro. Get your 3, get your 3, get your 3, get your 3, get your 3. And rewards plus customers, rewards plus customers, rewards plus customers. Those 2 ideas combined with the opportunity for our affiliates to go out there and make direct bonuses and make a good part-time or more income on those direct bonuses, those 3 behaviors will drive whatever income it is that you want to make. Well, Nick, I want to build a huge team. Max Pro, Max Pro, Max Pro, Max Pro. Nick, I want to have a ton of customers. Rewards plus, rewards plus, rewards plus. Nick, I want to have huge volume. Direct bonus, direct bonuses, direct bonuses, direct bonuses. These 3 are the driver of the plan. So I hope I was able to deliver to you pretty clearly in 30 minutes or less. More training to come, more details to come. Thank you, guys. Let's have an absolutely a rock star next few weeks as we lead into the launch of Shoply 3.0. Go get your 3 and more, because I want to see everybody getting that 2x multiplier on your marketplace commissions for knocking out Max Pro as quickly as you can. Thanks, everybody.